There are ambitious theme parks, and then there's Six Flags Qiddiya City. This is not just another park opening, this isn't just a regional expansion, this isn't even just Six Flags trying something new. Six Flags Qiddiya is one of the boldest, most over-the-top theme park projects ever attempted, and it's being built in a part of the world that has never seen anything like this before. Sure, Universal just opened Epic Universe in Orlando, a massive, generational project in its own right. But Qiddiya plays a completely different game. This park isn't trying to be carefully balanced or conservative, it isn't slowly easing guests into thrills. Six Flags Qiddiya is doing what every enthusiast has joked about for years. They literally built a real-life Planet Coaster park. Located just outside of Riyadh, this park is the result of a massive partnership between Six Flags and Saudi Arabia's Qiddiya's investment project. And somehow, against all odds, it feels like the most unfiltered expression of what a thrill park can be in the modern era. Six Flags has never been known for world-class theming or immersive lands, but here, they've gone all in. Six Flags Qiddiya is home to 6 distinct lands, all wrapped around a massive central icon known as the Citadel, and every single land is packed with attractions, visuals, and scale that feel almost unreal. So let's break it down. Every land, every ride, every insane decision. We're going to take a look at every single ride and attraction operating at Six Flags Qiddiya. When you enter Six Flags Qiddiya, you don't walk straight into a midway or a coaster plaza. Instead, you enter the Citadel, a massive indoor structure that acts as the park's central hub. Think part grand terminal, part shopping district, part architectural flex. Inside, you'll find restaurants, retail, gathering spaces, and dramatic sightlines that funnel guests outwards into each of the park's lands. We'll start off with Discovery Springs. This is the most attraction-dense land in the entire park, featuring 6 rides that balance family fun, water attraction, and light thrills. We'll start off with Water Wheel, a mock ride's twist and splash that lets guests spin their boats while soaking riders on ride and pathways, and everything in between. These rides are fun in the best way, and in the Saudi heat, it's a perfect ride for something like this. Nearby is Aquatopia, a splash pad and water play area designed specifically for younger guests. Then there's Big Splash, one of the only Zamperla big waves ever built. This is essentially a massive drop tower that plunges riders into a pool below, creating enormous splashdowns that not only drenches riders on ride, but off ride as well. Whether you're on the ride or standing nearby, you will get soaked, and it's beautiful to watch. Then you have Zuma Fluma, a classic whitewater log flume ride that winds through Discovery Springs with 2 amazing drops, one featuring an airtime hill and a massive finale drop. With the whitewater rapid sections and the amazing drops, this is designated to be an incredible log flume attraction. For indoor thrills, Discovery Springs is home to Into the Deep, a Triotech interactive dark ride where guests board submarines and blast sea creatures across massive screens. The production value here looks great for a Six Flags park, and it shows a clear effort to appeal to non-thrill audiences. And capping it off, we have Sea Stallion, a Mauer Spike roller coaster. Guests can control the speed on this run and duel alongside another train and race through rockwork, over water, and past pathways. This surrounds the entire Discovery Springs area, and it's a perfect attraction to have at a park like Qiddiya. Now let's move on to the Valley of Fortune. The Valley of Fortune leans into adventure and exploration, and it's home to one of the park's most important thrill rides. First up, we have Canyon Chariots, a family plane ride where guests gently soar in a carousel-style rotation above the land on these miniature airplanes. Then we also have Treasure Trail, an antique card ride that sends guests on a scenic journey through the valley in off-road vehicles. You find these at many parks across the world, and it's great to see Qiddiya is using that desert atmosphere to make an attraction like this. One of the most surprising attractions here, though, is Skywatch, an intimate floating island. These rides are incredibly rare, and Qiddiya's version rises over 200 feet in the air, offering panoramic views of the park with a cinematic soundtrack playing the entire time. These are beautiful attractions that fit parks lineups perfectly. They're a visual masterpiece both off and on ride, and a perfect attraction for a park like this. But the star of the Valley of Fortune is Spitfire, an intimate multi-launch LSM coaster that pushes boundaries in every direction. The ride launches forwards and then backwards, cresting airtime hills and up a massive vertical spike before you are then launched forward, soaring through a 200+ foot tall inverted top hat, the tallest inversion ever built, before you go over a massive airtime hill into the finish. It may be short, but it gets exactly what it needs to do done. Now let's head over to Grand Exposition. This is the park's traditional fairground inspired land, but traditional definitely doesn't mean small. You've got Roundabout, a bumper cars attraction where you can board your vehicle and hit other people and other cars. Exoflyer, a classic chair swing ride spinning high above the pathways across Grand Exposition. There's also the Arabian Carousel, a beautifully themed family staple that fits perfectly in every park. It's great to see a carousel style ride in Qiddiya. And then we have Gyrospin, the world's tallest Zamperla giant discovery. These frisbee rides are so much fun, and reaching this max height means this is an intense experience. You'll witness forces and feel speeds you never would have thought you could have experienced before. And finally, the land's headline attraction, Colossus. Colossus is a GCI wooden coaster designed with Skyline attractions, and it's one of the first GCI roller coasters to use these Infinity Flyer trains. This allows for tighter turns, more aggressive airtime, and relentless pacing throughout the layout. And there's no doubt in my mind, this looks like one of the wildest roller coasters ever made, packed with laterals, ejector moments, and classic wooden coaster chaos. Now we head over to Steamtown, and this just might be the best themed land in the entire park. The industrial mining aesthetic is layered, textured, and surprisingly immersive, something Six Flags rarely pulls off at this scale. You got Sprockinator, a Zamperla Nebula's ride that delivers intense looping motions without actually inverting. It's hypnotic to watch and even better to ride. You got Steel Stampede, it's a Zamperla whip style attraction that are super fun for all ages to experience. Think of something like Aliens Falling Saucers at Hollywood Studios, very similar to this ride over here. You have Adventure Junction, a classic play area for kids of all ages. Water fans will love Sawmill Falls, a mock rides water coaster that combines your average log flume with a full-blown roller coaster. This is a clone of Poseidon over at Europa Park, and that is one of the best mock water coasters out there, and this one is much smoother using that new water coaster technology, so you can expect an amazing ride and perfect for the desert heat. For the land's crown jewel, Iron Rattler, a Vekoma tilt coaster rising over 200 feet tall, making it the world's tallest tilt coaster and the very first hyper tilt coaster. After that vertical drop, riders experience elements like a double heartline roll, a massive stall, crazy sustained airtime, and aggressive transitions. Many people are already calling this the best ride in the park, and honestly, it might be hard to argue, as this looks like one of the craziest Vekomas ever made. Next, we have Twilight Gardens, the family area of the park, and visually it's stunning. This looks like one of the most beautiful areas in the entire park. You have Emerald Ubihera, which is a mock splash battle that fits perfectly in the park's lineup. You board your boat and you get to shoot targets, while you can also shoot guests both on other boats and guests in the pathways, guaranteed to get you soaked. You have Kaleidoscope Balloons, a classic Zamperla balloon race that takes you over Twilight Gardens. You have Twilight Express, one of the new generation Vekoma Junior coasters, smooth, accessible, and perfect for young thrill seekers looking to get on Falcon's Flight, the great startup ride, and the best coaster that everyone can experience. But the standout here is the Enchanted Greenhouse, an ETF Ride Systems trackless dark ride that sends guests through a living greenhouse filled with animated plants, creatures, and environments that come alive around you. It's quiet, magical, and surprisingly emotional, something you wouldn't expect from Six Flags, but desperately want more of. Finally, we have the City of Thrills, the most extreme land ever built. We start off with Wind Rider, an aerial carousel with a stunning LED package that fits perfectly within the park's lineup. Adrenaline, a custom Vekoma family suspended coaster offering smooth elements, airtime pops, and sweeping turns, great for all ages while still packing a punch for those thrill seekers. These Vekoma family suspended coasters are great rides, so this is a great fit for Qiddiya. Then comes the Sirocco Tower, the world's tallest drop tower, launching and dropping riders over 400 feet in the air. Manufactured by S&S, this ride is absurd, terrifying, and completely on brand for a park like this. But none of that compares to Falcon's Flight. Falcon's Flight is the tallest, fastest, and longest roller coaster ever built. The very first Intamin Exacoaster, this ride breaks every record possible. It's over 600 feet tall. You speed up to 155 miles per hour and traverse a track layout of over 13,000 feet. The ride launches riders up a massive cliff, drops them straight down, races across a 500-foot tall camelback, taller than skyscrapers, taller than the St. Louis Arch, and sustains triple-digit speeds while literally racing alongside an F1 track. You could ride this coaster and race F1 cars. This isn't just a coaster, it's history. We've never seen anything like this scale before, and the fact it exists is honestly magical. It's crazy that this ride is here, and I can't wait to experience it myself. Six Flags Qiddiya is insane. Over 25 attractions at opening, a level of ambition rarely seen looking at Epic Universe opening with 11 attractions, and a willingness to push boundaries that most parks wouldn't even consider. This isn't just Six Flags' biggest gamble, it's their greatest statement, and I cannot wait to experience it in person. Comment down below your thoughts on Six Flags Qiddiya and which ride you're most excited to experience. And as always, this is Hunter from Theme Park Hunting, and I will see you all later.